Hello there. Have you decided to accept that Jesus is not your Lord and Savior yet? Hello again, lovely internet people. I'm HR. That's right, the one responsible for sending those huge non-existent checks to non-existent big atheism. Welcome back, or welcome to my channel, where we talk about stuff and things. Today, I'm sharing my thoughts on why I don't think anyone decides to become an atheist. I'm also going to tackle 13 false reasons and or accusations that believers frequently tossed at atheists. As a reminder, my views and opinions are just that, my own ideas and perspectives. I do not speak for all atheists. Also, I live in America, so my ideas don't represent a worldwide view, and as Christianity is the dominating force here, I'll mostly speak to that religion. I'll be showing some video replays of my art while I talk to feed the comment trolls and for your enjoyment. So, anecdotally from my community and from my own personal experience, a frequent question atheists get asked is, what made you decide to become an atheist? Or, we get its cousin, what made you decide to reject God? I think those questions are flawed. Most atheists I know, myself included, didn't make a choice regarding our lack of belief. Many of us just reached a point where we realized we didn't believe the claims made by the 4,000 plus religions of the world. Maybe flipping this question around could help theists understand. Theist, what made you decide to reject Odin? What made you decide to not believe in Amun-Ra? Have you decided to accept the flying spaghetti monster as your Lord and Savior yet? Most theists I talked to didn't make a decision about these things. They just don't believe them to be true. The exact same thing applies to us atheists. People say that their particular God exists, and we simply don't believe it. The same way that most theists don't believe in the gods I just mentioned. I don't think that belief is a choice. If you think that it is, please pause the video and make yourself believe that you can fly into outer space. Did it work? No? Okay, let's scale it back a bit. Please decide to believe that you can levitate right now. Are you able to decide to believe that you possess the power to levitate? No? Same thing over here with us atheists. We didn't decide not to believe the claims about gods that people make. We just can't believe what we don't believe. The only thing that atheism is, by definition, is a person who disbelieves or lacks belief in the existence of a god or gods. As I already said, I don't think anyone can decide to believe something that they don't believe. People can choose to accept and wear and bear the label of atheist, but they can't really choose whether or not they are one, because people either believe in a god or gods, or they don't. Now, I'm briefly going to address a few accusations that believers often lob at atheists as reasons they must have decided to become atheists. Perhaps I'll expand on this list and answer more robustly in a future video, but for now, here are some quick responses to 13 false reasons believers frequently say atheists decided to become atheists. Why 13? Because that's how many I thought of, and it's just a number like any other, and it doesn't have any supernatural powers. Number 1, atheists just want to sin. We don't believe in sin, but Christians, could you please start defining this a little better? Because what counts as sin and blasphemy varies from religion to religion and denomination to denomination. A lot of atheists I know don't partake in the behaviors that many Christians would consider sinful. Many atheists are in committed relationships, and some even get married. Ooh. Many atheists are altruistic. Despite stereotypes about atheists, a lot of us lead really boring and tame existences. Atheists volunteer, we donate, we vote. So yeah, I'd love it if Christians were more specific about the sins that they think we want to commit. But also, as a quick side note, Christianity doesn't seem to keep Christians from sinning. So yeah, I really don't get why this is constantly thrown at atheists as some sort of gotcha moment. Number 2, atheists are just mad at God. We're not mad at God. We don't believe in him, her, them, or it. We are, however, frequently annoyed by the various worshippers and members of faiths that do believe in a God or gods. Many atheists are like me. We don't care what you believe, but you can't force others to believe, nor can you force others to abide by the tenets of your faith. It is believers determined to force their beliefs on others that we get upset with. Number 3, atheists are possessed by demons. Again, we don't believe in demons. Please provide some evidence that demons are real and then get back to us and we can reevaluate this claim. Number 4, atheists just want to do their own thing and not follow God's will. Again, we don't believe that there is a God that has a will that we have to follow, but what exactly is meant by God's will? Again, as with sin, what is perceived as God's will varies from religion to religion and denomination to denomination. Actually, no, you know what? I'll kind of give this one to Christians. If it's God's will for me to sacrifice my child as Jephthah did with his own daughter in Judges 11, you're right. I don't want to follow God's will. If it's God's will for my tribe to go slaughter all the men, women, and boys, but to keep all the young girls who have not known a man for myself, as Moses commanded in Numbers 31, yeah, again, I reject God's will. And if it is God's will to send bears to maul children, as he did in 2 Kings, yeah, again, I reject that. And there are countless other examples I could provide from this so-called holy book that I also reject. So I guess you got me on this one, Christians. Number 5, atheists just want to be their own gods. First, what is a god? In Christianity and some other monotheistic religions, it is the creator and ruler of the universe, a source of all moral authority, or the supreme being. Some define God as a superhuman being or spirit, worshipped as having power over nature or human fortunes. But as we just covered, I'm going to guess that most theists have better morals than the God they think is the source of all moral authority, but I digress. I'm going to give part of this one to believers again, because having superpowers might be kind of cool. Seriously though, just know, we don't think we have superpowers or are the creator and ruler of the universe. We don't require worship or prayers. That's your God again, not us atheists. As a matter of fact, it's some denominations of Christianity that believe certain chosen Christians will become gods, not us atheists. Number 6, atheists worship fill in the blank. Science, Satan, culture, etc. As for Satan, I've got a question that should sum up my thoughts on this one. What do you call someone who believes in Satan? The answer is a Christian. Yeah, as atheists, we don't believe in Satan either. As for worshiping science, as far as I know, no atheists are praying to science. Many atheists regard science as a reliable method to make predictions and find truths, but this doesn't mean that we worship it. It's a tool that we use, but we don't worship it. As for culture or whatever else believers try to fill in the atheist worship blank with, again, it's just a no. We aren't praying to or otherwise worshiping these abstract concepts either. Number 7. Atheists were never true believers to begin with. Yes, some atheists were raised in a secular upbringing and never believed at all, so you're right, they were never true believers. But a lot of us were, until we weren't anymore. And this is simply a religious version of a no true Scotsman fallacy. And it's quite arrogant for religious people to assume that they can read someone's minds or know what someone else thought or believes. Perhaps the thought that someone could legitimately believe and then receive new information that changes that deeply held belief is a scary thought for religious people, but that doesn't change the lived experiences of many atheists who were indeed once true believers, but encountered new information that caused them to not believe anymore. Number 8. Atheists just need to read the Bible, and then they would become believers. As Andrew Seidel has frequently said, the road to atheism is littered with Bibles that have been read cover to cover. It's anecdotal for sure, but most skeptics I have spoken with say the same thing. Many atheists know the Bible a lot better than many Christians do. Number 9. Following Jesus is hard. Atheists just want an easy life. Yeah, we just want an easy life of being one of the most hated groups of people. We just want that easy life, the one where our families and communities shun us and ostracize us. We definitely want that easy life, where many of us can't be open about our beliefs because doing so will likely cause us harm. That easy life where we have to grieve everyone we've ever lost in a new way when we realize that we really aren't going to see them ever again and they're truly gone. Yeah. We just want it easy, don't we? Number 10. You haven't heard this particular argument. Okay, you got me. Maybe I haven't. However, most of the time I encounter religious people, I don't make arguments for atheism at them. But I've lost count of how many times believers have used the same disproven, tired arguments with me again and again. Chances are I have probably heard your particular argument, but let's say I haven't. And even if for the sake of argument I grant that your theory has merit and a deity might exist, that doesn't get you to your particular deity existing. Number 11. You're just jumping on a popular trend. Yeah, this is also a no. It's not a popular trend. It's almost like people have access to more information and are starting to realize that they were only believers because their elders believed and taught them to believe. And the reason their elders believed is because their elders taught them to believe, and so forth and so forth. And the claims that were taught to them weren't as well researched as they were led to believe when they were younger. It's probably just that we have more access to information. Number 12. You're only an atheist because you experienced trauma. Yeah, some atheists have experienced trauma. Some haven't. Same with Christian people. What's your point here? This is really just another form of you're just mad at God. And number 13. You're only an atheist because of the bad Christians. Again, we have another no true Scotsman here. Yes, many atheists, including myself, find that many religious people leave a lot to be desired. But just as there are awful people who say they are Christians, there are awful people that say they are atheists. So why don't the awful atheists send us right back into the arms of religion? It's because those people have no bearing on what we've come to believe. With all of the false reasons we just covered, you want to know what really started many of us down a path away from religion? Many of us went looking for God, and instead we found a lack of evidence for God. We wanted an answer to the problem of evil, and again, we didn't find it in God. We were seeking a reliable method to reach factual beliefs, and instead we got arguments from inconsistent religious revelations. In short, I think a lot of atheists were just curious and wanted to find real truth. So to wrap up, why do atheists decide to become atheists? I think the answer is we don't, because belief is not a choice. And lastly, before someone brings up Pascal's wager in the comments, do you think so little of your deity that you think someone could lie their way into whatever afterlife you believe in? With all of that being said, that's where I'm going to leave things for today. Once again, I've been HR. I'm going to bid you adieu for now. Thank you for watching. Please like the video if you like the video. Subscribe for future videos, even though I'm still not sure on a schedule for these yet. Whether you're an atheist or a theist, I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments, but please be respectful to others. Debate is great, but let's stay out of debasement. I've got a website, renewedviews.com. I stream on Twitch. If you want to see all the things and stuff, you can find all of that on renewedviews.com. Thanks again for watching, and maybe you'll see me in the next one. Like, subscribe, comment. That's all the stuff we're supposed to say, right? Thanks. Bye.